Okay, so what we're doing now is I've figured out how many onions and peppers and other vegetables, that we're putting in our recipes that I've decided to make. And instead of, when you make a recipe, you chop up everything individually for that recipe. It says 1 onion, so you chop 1 onion. Well, we have like 4 recipes we're making. And so we are going to just chop everything at once for all those recipes and have them waiting for us. And a nice tool to use is a food processor, which you can see right there. And I just sort of pre-cut things a little bit so that they're easier to put in the food processor. When my kids were younger, I used to do all of this by hand. I just hated having electronic things in my house, and I didn't use a food processor. And if you have people to help, that's fine. You can just do it by hand too. But what we're going to do is we're going to do this with all the peppers and the onions and maybe some of the carrots as well, and then we're going to have everything ready for us when we make those recipes. Okay, so here we have all the vegetables chopped up. That took me about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. And I just have a bunch of peppers chopped up, and this could be green peppers, but they're not today. Some onions that are more mushy, and then some onions that are chopped, and we have a bunch of chopped carrots. So when you chop all the vegetables at one time, you're saving time, and now all I have to do is I make sure all my ingredients for my recipes are laid out, and then basically all I'm doing is just putting things together and mixing them. So I'm not preparing and mixing at the same time, which takes a lot less time. So as I was talking about before, we're preparing all of our vegetables ahead of time because we want to be able just to mix things now in our recipes. So we did a bunch of stuff in the food processor, and now Mosi is cutting up some vegetables for our vegetable beef stew.
I'm helping.
And in our vegetable beef stew, we have a lot of carrots and green peppers. And if you want to make it vegetarian, you can actually just put more vegetables in, add some more potatoes, and you could put some beans in there as well. It's very easy to substitute the beef out of the stew. In fact, sometimes I just make a vegetable stew. So, and that's going in the crock pot, and it will be sitting there for 6 hours. So that is, we're still into our vegetable preparation here. And these mushrooms that we're going to chop up are going to be for another dish we're making. So we're still doing vegetable prep here, and when we're done with vegetable prep, we'll actually be making some of the recipes.